Hey, this is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even if feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat. PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even if feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat. And to help you keep working out the system till you work out your position and your purse top commission. The perks you gotta listen help you curb the competition. Got them wishing that they had the app earlier. Surely, them haters try to catch some white stones, but this earlier. Load up the app, make my predictions and get the serving. The player prop predictor was sicker than having hernia. Betting trends like an elixir for pit, but it's just AI. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even if feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you play your props. AI. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even if feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
It's so hard, Chester.
This player props, yeah.
It's so hard, Chester.
Sit this player props, yeah. This player props on a mission, and with all these bets, we don't see competition. Money line to predictor is helping us get it. Team trends 1 or 2, yeah, you know it's exquisite. Join the disco, yeah, you know what it is. The community thriving, we taking our time, just run us all up. It's the best with alignment, we do it with care, we ain't wasting a diamond. Getting this bread, educated, we betting the spread. Only if it makes sense, we ain't greedy opinion. We check our hand out, then we having our reasons. Player props betting, but without the immunity. This is what knowledge, it means opportunity. Making deposits, that's nothing that's new to me. This more than betting, we building up unity. This player props, yeah. We're running research. We running it up with every tool, you know in each perk. Show tested them waters, he helping you swim even if it's feet first. Knowledge strategies and all you need to help you eat your said this player props, yeah. We're running research. We running it up with every tool, you know in each perk. Show tested them waters, he helping you swim even if it's feet first. Knowledge strategies and all you need to help you eat your Hey, this is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even if feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you play your props. AI. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even if feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat. And to help you keep working out the system till you work out your position and your purse top commission. The perks you gotta listen help you curb the competition. Got them wishing that they had the app earlier. Surely, them haters try to catch some white stones, but this earlier. Load up the app, make my predictions and get the serving. The player prop predictor was sicker than having hernia. Betting trends like an elixir for pit, but it's just AI. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even if feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you play your props. AI. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even if feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
It's so hard, Chester.
This player props, yeah.
It's so hard, Chester.
Sit this player props, yeah. This player props on a mission, and with all these bets, we don't see competition. Money line to predictor is helping us get it. Team trends 1 or 2, yeah, you know it's exquisite. Join the disco, yeah, you know what it is. The community thriving, we taking our time, just run us all up. It's the best with alignment, we do it with care, we ain't wasting a diamond. Getting this bread, educated, we betting the spread. Only if it makes sense, we ain't greedy opinion. We check our hand out, then we having our reasons. Player props betting, but without the immunity. This is what knowledge, it means opportunity. Making deposits, that's nothing that's new to me. This more than betting, we building up unity. This player props, yeah. We're running research. We running it up with every tool, you know in each perk. Show tested them waters, he helping you swim even if it's feet first.
Yo ho ho, a Merry Christmas. We have a big slate of games. Not as big as it could be because there's a lot of teams on bye today, but we have a lot of stuff we're going to be looking at. If this is your first time tuning into any of our live streams on this YouTube channel, this is how this show works in a nutshell. First off, welcome. How you doing this morning? I hope you're doing good. This is how the show works. In the YouTube chat, so no matter if you're watching this on a different platform like Facebook or Kick or anything else, if you want to participate, you have to go to the YouTube chat. The chat in YouTube is where you drop your single favorite bet for today's NFL games. And then what happens is we go through using the PlayerProps.ai tools that I have built for you to curb your losses significantly. We use those to see if the AI, if the models, if the system, if the tools agree or disagree with your bet. If they agree, then what do? We simply throw it into a bet slip, and we're trying to turn $1 into $100. Typically $100 or more, but we're not shooting for the moon. We're just trying to do 1 to 100, which is still technically shooting for the moon. This is a fun thing we do with the community. We know that these parlays aren't going to hit, so don't expect them to. 100x parlays aren't ever expected to hit. This is just something fun we do to essentially know that we're lighting one single dollar on fire, but something that, hey, if it hits, it'll be a fun little community adventure together. We've had a lot of close ones. A lot of these picks are going to hit, but having all of them hit in the same slip, that's where it kind of gets kind of crazy. Going back to the dollar, this show's called A Dollar in a Dream. You are not to wager any more than a single dollar on the parlay that we build on this show, because, again, it's not going to hit. This parlay, again, is not going to hit. Do not put $10, do not put $20, do not put $100, do not put $1,000 on this parlay. If you want to participate, put a dollar, a single dollar bill. That is why it's called A Dollar in a Dream, not $100 in a dream. And, again, some of these picks are going to hit, but the chance of all of them hitting and the one turning the dollar into 100 is, I think it has, typically it's like a less than 1% chance. So just make sure you understand that going into it. If you actually want to not do the fun stuff like this where we know it's not going to hit, and you actually want to have a lot of things that are going to hit, you need to be in the free Discord. You need to have your account synced. You need to follow bankroll management strategies, all the guidelines in that channel in Discord. If you follow all the guidelines, it's a guarantee you're going to lose less often. And there's still people on the outside doing their own thing, losing, saying, man, I wish I had help. When you're watching my videos and I'm saying, this is how I help you. I can't drive over to your house and force you to do the guidelines and force you to use the app how it's designed to be used. So you're going to have to do that on your own. You have to be a big boy or a big girl. You have to put your big adult pants on, and you need to take care of business. But yeah, we had a pretty good week. Knock on wood, our NFL YouTube shows, which is what we call Play of the Days. I think we've hit 5 consecutive receiving yards props, or 5 straight days of receiving yards props for that. Make sure after this show ends, you go and you watch the Sunday Play of the Day video that's already been up for the past few days. You should already have watched it. I blasted the email out to you guys as well. There's also a show for Monday. Ben dropped a TikTok on the PlayerProps.ai TikTok channel of his favorite bet for today's games. There's always stuff, there's always content that is teaching you how to use the app. If you're simply just watching everything and you're not actually using the app on how I've been telling you every single day of your life for the last 8 months, this is how you use the app. If you're not actually using the app and applying that knowledge, do not expect to be a winning bettor. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You actually have to take what I'm saying, and then you got to do it. Our branded hashtag is #ApplyYourself. That's what you have to do. You have to #ApplyYourself. Do not solely exist in the sports betting realm just tailing what other people are saying. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to win long term unless you learn the stuff yourself. And we teach it. We show you how easy it is to have proper guidelines, to follow bankroll management, and to use this tool that is the easiest possible research app that exists on planet Earth. And I made it as easy as possible, so there's nobody that can't figure it out. And if there's a situation where you look at a tool, you're like, oh man, there's so much stuff here. I don't know what's going on. There's a button on the top of every tool. It says click to learn. Just click to learn it. But now that I've gone through that tangent, let's find what you guys are locking in here in the YouTube chat. I need some water. Give me a second. Every time I go on a tangent, my mouth gets dry. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's see what we have here in the chat. First person in the chat, Chad, says, likes Trey McBride over 66.5 receiving yards. I'm pretty sure Trey McBride has been popping all week long on all of our tools. Let's see where they're at right now. Where'd you find him at 66.5, Chad? Because right now on DraftKings we have him at 71.5. Let me see if I can find him cheaper somewhere else. Oh, FanDuel, 66.5. Don't play this on DraftKings. So yes, on FanDuel he's 66.5. As you see by the graph here, it looks like he's had some hot and cold going on this season, but the past 2 games he's got at least 96 yards. Projections at 86.86. We're not betting on him to get 86. We're simply wanting him to get 67. And based on all this data, that is definitely a play that seems like it's pretty likely. I feel like this might be a back and forth scoring game as well. I know Seattle's star running back is not playing, but I think this can still be a good game. So let's pull up. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Gosh dang it, FanDuel. So we're going to pull up FanDuel Sportsbook, and then we're going to log this in. And again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to take the dollar and going into trying to get it to at least turning it to 100 bucks. But again, for the millionth time, it's not going to hit. Don't expect it to. It's a fun thing we do with the community every Sunday of the NFL season. Arizona. Oh, that's Atlanta. There we go. 66.5 receiving props. Bada bing, bada boom. Trey McBride is in there. Yeah, definitely get that line on FanDuel. It might be cheaper somewhere else, but it's definitely not cheaper on DraftKings. Make sure if you haven't, drop your favorite bet in the YouTube chat. If you just joined like 2 seconds ago and you don't know what's going on, drop your single favorite bet today in the YouTube chat. We're going to build $1 into a $100 parlay. That's the goal here. Right now, we're turning $100 into 91-cent profit. Carlos, what's going on, man? Good morning. Jonnu Smith over 49.5 receptions. Yeah. So Jonnu was almost the NFL play of the day for today's games, but I went with his teammate before him. But Jonnu is still a pretty good play as well. Jonnu, yeah. So Jonnu right now, his line is 49.5 on DraftKings. It looks like it's the same on FanDuel as well. He's definitely, like, the beginning of the season. So, I mean, we got him in the offseason. I say we because, Dolphins fan. And he wasn't really part of the playbook until this breakout 96-yard Indianapolis Colts game here. And then I know he's had some duds here, but, I mean, the last 3 games, he's gotten at least 87 yards. Projections saying he's going to get about 70. We're not betting on him to get 70. We just need him to get 50. And everything pointing here is saying that he should get at least 50 yards against the Jets, who the Dolphins should be steamrolling today. So we're going to add him in as well. Oh, looks like the line is 1 worse right now as the FanDuel update just got pushed. Phoenix said Ladd McConkey over 62.5 receiving yards. I don't want to add him in right now because he has been questionable, leaning not playing in the entire week. And the last thing I saw a few minutes ago is that he's expected to be a game time decision. So I don't want to put a game time decision in in this fun little parlay we do for you guys. So Phoenix, if you want to drop something else, you can. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna play. But I don't want to put somebody that has a high chance of not playing as of this show. Richie Day says Darnell Mooney over receiving yards. Let's look at Mr. Mooney. Let me change this here so I stop going back to DraftKings. Mooney, Atlanta. Yep, another thing the AI definitely likes. Line right now on FanDuel is 53.5, projections at 69. That's a nice little 29% percentage difference. We don't need him to get 70. We just need him to get 54. He's very streaky. You see here in the graph, he's gotten 3, he's missed 2. He's gotten 3, he's missed 2. If those streaks continue, then he should be getting the next one. If we're following patterns anyway. So yeah, Darnell Mooney, receiving yards, he's in. Oh, that is the Panthers game. That is not Darnell Mooney's game. Darnell Mooney, 53.5. All right, what else we got? Christian, what's going on, man? It says DK Metcalf over 63.5 receiving yards. We will see. The system likes DK. I think because Kenneth Walker is out, even though the Charbonnet running back is not too shabby. I think the Seattle will be passing a lot more. But let's see. Yeah, it's not as big as the other ones, but it's still a 16% percentage difference. Line is 63.5. The AI is at least 10 higher than that. He had 3 straight games of 104 yards or more earlier in the season. 2 duds, 2 games of 70 or more. Barely missing this line and barely covering this line. So he went from some crazy awesome starts to this is kind of where his range is in that 63.5 area. But AI likes it, and for the sake of the show, we're going to lock it in. Is that something I really like as an individual play? Not as much. But again, this is something we do for fun, just building a parlay. Only risking a single doll hair. Okay, what else we got? James, what's going on, man? Russell Wilson over 230 pass yards. I've been down on Russell Wilson this entire season, and this man threw for like 400-something yards. And I was like, what am I missing here? I guess he's shaking off that Russell Wilson rust. Maybe he's dangerous again. So, yeah, 231.5 is his line. 271 is his projection. Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals. 414 yards. Crazy. But this is kind of the low 200s has been his range the entire season. You see here, like this, he's the opposite of a hot and cold passer. Like everything he's doing is around the low 200s, around the same line here, except for his last game he had 414. Now, of course, you shouldn't be betting on him versus what he did versus the Bengals, because what is he not doing today? He's not versus the Bengals. But the AI is not saying he's going to get 414. It's just simply saying, hey, he's going to have a decent passing game above his average. He's going to pass for 271 yards, maybe, but he should be able to cover a 231.5 line. So we're going to throw him in there. AI likes it. If you think you need some more help after you watch the videos I mentioned, which is those buttons on the top of every tool, the tap to learn buttons. If you think you need some more help beyond that, that's what the Discord is for. There's tens of thousands of people in Discord that's more than happy to answer questions that have been using the tools for a pretty good chunk of time, at least 8 months or so. And they're, like I said, we're the most helpful community on planet Earth. There's no trolls. There's nobody to make fun of you, no matter how silly you think your question is. Chris says, Saquon, anytime touchdown. The Panthers have a horrible run D, even though AI shows under Bryce Young. Chris, you just gave me multiple plays. You broke the system. The system is one play. Figure out what your one play is and drop it in the chat. We're going to skip over that one. Dylan, what's going on? Dylan says, Westbrook over 39.5 receiving yards. This guy has had a crazy season. He's not spectacular in the receptions and the receiving yard stats, but Nick has had a touchdown or more, 1 touchdown or 2 touchdowns in, I think it was all but one of his last 8 or 9 games. It's crazy. Like, this guy is literally getting all of the red zone targets. He is scoring touchdowns. If he's been on your fantasy roster for the last couple months, you've been a very happy person with him. But speaking of receiving yards, it does look like, even though he's scored some touchdowns in these lower games, it does look like he's getting some sort of pickup. Maybe he's getting rewarded for scoring here, and he's getting more looks from Will. AI likes it. To say he's going to get 51.4, but we're simply betting on him to get at least 40 with a 39.5 line. But yeah, I like that one as well. He's getting scripted more into the playbook now that he keeps scoring touchdowns. Maybe he talked to the coach. He goes, hey, all the points we're scoring is solely because of me. Can we possibly give me more receiving yards? All right, so right now we have 6 picks. Our dollar wager is turning it into 41.68 profit. So we have probably 2 or 3 more to get to that 100x that we're looking for the show. Let's see what we got in chat. Jason likes JSN over 65.5. Let us see. We already have DK. But this man has gotten this line in every single game in the last 5. 100% in the last 5, 50% over the course of the season. And again, I like the Seattle receivers more today, mainly because Kenneth Walker is out, even though I know Zach Charbonnet isn't the worst running back. If you don't see the name like that, then you're not saying it right. 62.5 line, 78 projection, 25% percentage difference. I typically don't like locking in 2 receivers for the same game for this stuff, but again, I think Seattle, who was originally favored, I don't know if they're favored anymore. Let me see. Yeah, they're not favored anymore since Kenneth Walker was ruled out. But it's not a crazy high-scoring game based on the total. It only says 44.5. But I feel like this would be a lot of back and forth. And if the Seattle Seahawks are trailing, as the new odds suggest, then, yeah, I can make an argument that they're going to be passing a lot in this game. So we'll go ahead and lock in Jaxon as well. So right now we're turning $1 into 79.73. I think one more play will put us at that the 100x mark. Tyler says, good morning. I won $140 off the 4 picks drop last night. Congrats, Tyler. Just make sure that your betting strategy isn't 100% tailing. Make sure that you are applying yourself, which I believe I know your Discord username, so I believe you are. Jesse, Devontae Adams receiving yards. The Jets are going to be trailing most of this game against the Dolphins. They don't have Breece Hall. Braylon Allen is a decent running back, but I don't think he's an every down running back yet. They are banged up pretty good, and the Dolphins are going to put 40 points maybe up against the Jets. Teams always take division games a lot more serious because there's times where your divisional opponent has put an insane amount of points on you and insulted you and embarrassed you. And so when you verse them and you have the better team, you want to do the same thing to them. So I feel like this might be the situation where the Dolphins, where Mike McDaniel is going to want to put up as many points as possible against the Jets. We're looking for Devontae Adams receiving yards. So the AI actually does not like this one. It's got a minus 1.8% difference, so we're not going to be locking that in there. But I still think that there's a scenario where they are going to be passing a lot more. Kyler Murray over 231.5 yards passing. Didn't I already lock something, Craig? Oh no, you just had a few different bets you posted, and it looks like you deleted them in the chat. The one you decided on though, Murray over passing yards. Let us see. Passing yards, Murray. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So we have what? 226.5. Projection has him at 250. 10% difference. It's not the difference we like. Like if we're actually targeting this as a single bet, if you look when you're in the Discord, you've synced your accounts. You follow the steps in the Get Access channel. You can see the channels. And now you're like, okay, I'm trying to learn how to use these tools. You've clicked the buttons at the top of the tools, as I mentioned, the tap to learn buttons, and you've learned how to use the tools. Now you're like, okay, I know how to use the tools. I know what I'm looking at. What are the parameters that I'm looking for to find a quote unquote good bet? There's a channel in the Discord called Trifectas. It's a free to access channel. You don't have to be a premium member to have access to it. One of the things it says for passing yards is it likes the passing yards to be at least a 20% difference. So if we were to single bet on this, it would have to be at least 20% difference for us to be a good bet. But again, for the dollar in a dream show parlay, parlay that none of us expect to hit because 100x parlays don't hit 99.99% of the time, we'll go ahead and lock this in because it's half of what we're looking for here, but it's enough to put it in this parlay. And he's hit this for the last 5 games. And again, I think this is going to be a back and forth passing kind of game. Kyler Murray passing yards, we'll do that. So yeah, right now we have our 8 picks. Typically, when you're doing player props, because they're always going to be like that minus 110 range, over under for player props, because we don't do alts, because alts are crazy. There's a whole video going over when you should and should not do alts. So if you're somebody who only does crazy parlays with alt lines, and you aren't winning a lot of money over the course of doing that for maybe a month or two, there's a video to help you stop losing money doing that. It's called Stop Alting Everything. It's on the YouTube channel. Check it out. But yeah, right now we have our 8 picks, which is typically what it takes to hit the 100x. I think you see on the screen the multiplier, right? Oh, it doesn't show you in the bottom. So yeah, right now it's $1. The odds are plus 11867, which essentially means we're turning $1 into $118.67. So let's go through and let's recap these things again here. Okay, so we actually have 4 picks from the same game, so we're really hoping the Seattle Cardinals game goes off. We hope that both teams have a ton of passing because we have 4 picks from that thing, which I think is the most we've ever done for a single game parlay from this Dollar and a Dream show that we do on Sundays. But again, Trey McBride over 66.5 receiving yards, DK Metcalf over 63.5 receiving yards, JSN over 62.5 receiving yards, Tyler Murray over 226.5 receiving yards, Jonnu Smith over 50.5 receiving yards, Darnell Mooney over 53.5 receiving yards, Russell Wilson over 231.5 receiving yards, and then Nick Touchdown Magnet over 39.5 receiving yards. What's impressed me most by me just reading off this list is there's a lot of things, going back to the Trifectas channel that's in the Discord, that says like, if you're looking for this stat, you're looking for this kind of difference and this kind of projection, and this is what's considered a good play by our standards. One of the things I mention in every NFL show I do is something called baby lines, and baby line for receiving yards is anything under 40, and you guys actually pick things, which is the first time this season, because typically you're feeding me things like this running back's going to cover this 12.5 receiving yards line, but I think somebody just dropped, not to call you out, Manuel, but yeah, Najee Harris over 12.5 receiving yards. But again, I don't like things that are sub 40, and you guys did not give me anything except for, Nick is 39.5, but arguably speaking, he needs 40 yards to hit that, so we can consider that not a baby line, I guess. But there's no other baby lines for receiving yards, which is the first. So it looks like you guys are actually listening to my guidelines when you're looking at plays. Now, when it comes to the 2 passing yards of Murray and Wilson, neither of these 2 quarterbacks have a 20% difference or more. So these are probably my 2 least favorite plays out of the 8. If you wanted to do multiple parlays, I wouldn't do that as well. But if you want to do 6, and 6 is part of the bankroll management with your last 20 of your 20-80-20 rule you should be following, I would take away the 2 passing yards for this, because everything else applies by our baby line standards. Not necessarily our different standards, but our baby line standards. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, for the trillionth time, thank you for tuning in. Do not bet more than $1 on this. It's not going to hit. If it does, it's a crazy outlier situation where, hey, we're all happy with a little bit of extra profit in our bankrolls. But again, not expected to hit. There's something fun we do with the community every NFL Sunday. If you have any questions whatsoever about anything, please do not hesitate to ask us in the community Discord. And if you're not in the community Discord yet, do not expect to be a winning bettor. If you're not doing the things that are freely available to you, do not expect to be a winning bettor. You got to take care of business. You got to do the free stuff. You got to hashtag apply yourself. That is going to wrap it here. We got everything out in 30 minutes. I feel like I talked really, really fast there. But hey, time is of the essence. Go lock in the play of the day that I dropped on YouTube. It's a show that just says lock in these plays for NFL Sunday games. Go to TikTok, PlayerProps.ai channel. Make sure you follow that one. Lock in what Ben said he liked for today on yesterday's show, yesterday's TikTok. But yeah, good luck, everybody, guys. Hope everybody's screens in the greens like it was last week. Seeing the